get rolling. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. This is your first time. We do this every Tuesday at 12:30 Central Time. And this is for strategy and tactical pieces on Genie Rocket. So I get to show you what I'm doing, what other people are doing, how they're getting results on here to help enlighten you on how to use it better. It's So we're going to get this stream in here and get going. All right, just making sure the stream is connected. Thanks for bearing with me. My computer or internet or something is going a little bit slow around here, so it takes a little bit longer. All right. Looks like we got the stream going. Welcome, welcome. All right. Okay, guys. So today we're going to be talking about how to get more booked appointments with Genie Rocket. So if you've been using Genie Rocket and maybe you're using it for lead nurturing, maybe you're using it to schedule social media posts, to send out email marketing, to send out text, to do ringless voicemail drops, to create websites or landing pages, or all the above, or maybe none of the above. Maybe you didn't know it did all those things and more. Well, today we're going to be talking specifically about more booked appointments. So if you are a coach, consultant, some sort of provider that needs to have booked appointments before you close a deal, that's your method to getting a closed deal, you're going to want to listen to this because this is going to give you some good insights on how to get more booked appointments. And this isn't just a tech talk. This is more than just the buttons to click on a software to get more appointments. This actually is a little bit more on the strategy side, and I'm going to actually reveal how we are getting more booked appointments from new people and how we're getting them all the way to show up to calendar. And I'm going to show you some real numbers and examples and how we're doing that consistently. Guys, the cool thing for me is, and as I showed this to you, is this is the people that show up to my booked appointments when I'm doing this are the ones I'm selling how to get more booked appointments. And so this is the easiest thing for me to talk about and sell because it's what we're doing to get people in front of us. So when people show up to our calendar appointments and we're saying, hey, we want to get you more leads and more booked appointments, so like, how do we know it works? All I've got to say is, how did you get here? Because they got here from an ad and they booked an appointment. So proof's in the pudding. All right, let me share my screen. Let's jump in, get this show on the road. And if my slides look a little bit crappy, it's because I put them together kind of fast. I used to spend a lot of time designing slides, and there's a time and place for it, but I rather would get you guys great content more than just things looking pretty. Okay, so auto booked appointments. Here is a screenshot from my Genie Rocket accounts. This is not me finagling any numbers. Whoop. This is automatically when people book appointments on this specific calendar called Leads Launchpad, they automatically pop in here. So you can see 95 appointments all in here with the value of $175,000. And I still have 468 leads that haven't booked appointments yet, valued at almost $250,000. So all of these auto-booked appointments were self-booked, and they get reminders and they get the Zoom link. And so I'm just showing up to these meetings and having conversations with real people. Do they all show up? No. Are some of them bad? Yes. Are some of them good? Yes. And that's just human psychology and marketing, right? Like not everyone is going to show up. Not everyone is going to be a qualified buyer, but you can choose. This is a line from Alex Hormozy I just heard, and I wrote it down in my journal this morning. You can choose to be broke or you can choose to be busy. It's like, would you rather have no one showing up and be broke, or would you rather have a calendar full of booked appointments and maybe one of those turns into be a sale? So it's just a game of numbers. It's how sales and marketing works. And so this is just to show you what's possible. So this is 95 booked appointments in here. And then I kind of gave it away because my finger slipped on my mouse. But these are all brand new leads, meaning this isn't a list that I bought. This is not old customers I'm sending a message to. This is me generating brand new leads that don't know me from Adam and booking an appointment with me because something they saw and they wanted to get a next step. So, what did we do to get all of these people to say yes and book an appointment? Did I promise them something illegal or unethical or crazy? No, I just showed them an ad that spoke the truth. And if you think about this for your business or your brand, all, everyone is tired of polished and perfect and overly produced marketing. So if you're a small business and you're solving a real problem, the goal for you should be to authentically, quickly communicate what problem you solve and show proof that you've done that before and you can do it for someone else. That's all this is doing. So we've been using this for, gosh, almost a year now. This ad that looks ridiculous. It's literally something I found on Canva. I slapped text on it. And this is even, I think, like a screenshot of the Canva canvas. I was too lazy to even export the JPEG, and I just screenshotted it. And I haven't changed it since. And it's 168 leads in 2 weeks for less than $3 a pop. That was an ad we ran because we got great results for a client and we got them 168 leads in 2 weeks for less than $3. And so it's not promising that we're going to do the same. It says achieve results like Caroline, 168 quality leads, just 2 weeks, an incredible cost per lead. This process amplifies your business. It's like, ready to see how far you can go. Like, let's see if we can do something similar for you, right? So again, imagining this for your business, if you're selling like power washing or lawn care or window cleaning or whatever it is, you need to be thinking about the result that people are looking for. They don't care about what you provide as much as they do of what problem are you solving and is it worth it for them, right? So when people go through here, they click this learn more button. Let me see if I can annotate on here. I think I can. Yep. So they just click this learn more button. And then they literally fill out a bunch of questions. This is on Facebook and Instagram. They fill out a bunch of questions that includes their name, their email, their phone number. It asks them how many leads they get a month now. It asks them how many leads they would like to get in the future if they had a magic wand. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious they are about hitting that goal, right? And so those are going to look different for you, but you need to be able to ask those qualifying questions that are about their dream outcome, right? It's not about, you don't want to ask like the stuffy questions like, you know, have you worked with someone like us before? And, how much are you willing to spend? And how fast do you need to sell out? Like those are very transactional questions, which I guess is okay if you're at the race to the bottom and you've got a super cheap product and you're just looking for a quick win. Someone that doesn't have any money and just wants a quick result and you just want to close them fast. But when you have a little bit like higher ticket or more relational type of offer, you want to be able to ask those questions. So once they fill this out, and this is all actually done in Genie Rocket. So we built this ad in Genie Rocket. We created this automation. So as soon as they fill that out, that person that filled it out gets a text message. And what's cool about that text message, because this is not the first one, I'll kind of go through this and then I'll go through the kind of some more of the nitty gritty that's cool, is it's gonna say hello to them, and then it's gonna activate an AI booking bot. So it's automatically connected to my calendar and knows when I'm available. The bot's gonna send them a text. It's gonna call them by their first name, and I'll show you that in a second. So it's like, hey Joe, blah blah blah. Then let's find a time to connect for a quick 30 minutes so I can show you. We can help you create a 24/7 lead machine. And they don't even leave their text. They actually stay on text message and they just type back. And they're like, yeah, Tuesday looks good. And then the system will respond back like, great, how's Tuesday at 3? And they say, yep, looks good, Tuesday at 3. And it books their appointment all through text. Oh yeah, here's some open slots. And then it adds it to your calendar. It sends them the booking link, and all you have to do is show up. I think I had like 4 of these yesterday, 3 or 4 of these today. Like your calendar just fills up. I had one. This is the one, actually just screenshot of this. This came in like less than an hour ago. So this creates a system for you that just continually brings in leads, and a portion of those leads will book appointments, a portion of the appointments will show up, and a portion of those will turn into sales, right? And so the goal for you is knowing what those numbers are so you can then accurately predict how much you can afford to spend on these ads. Now, you're probably asking yourself the question, which you should, like, cool, Brad, that sounds great, but how much does it cost to get a booked appointment, or how much does it cost to actually get a lead through here? If I'm selling a service that's, $100 or $500, like, is it going to cost me $500 to get like a new person? So here's the math breakdown for us. This is different for industry, but this is what we found. So for us, we put $1,000 in the pot. We got 104 leads, and our average cost per lead is, let's just round it up, $10. So am I willing to spend $10 for leads, knowing that a certain percentage of those are going to close into appointments? And the ones that don't are going to go through an automation nurturing process that's going to warm them up. So it's going to take them from like, hey, nice to meet you, to, hey, I see you didn't book an appointment. And it's going to nurture them with great emails. It's going to add value to them, and it's going to nurture them to get back in and book an appointment. So I've got a percentage that actually come in here and book automatically. They're hungry and they just book, like they want help. And then I've got a percentage that gets here and they don't. They just don't. Maybe they're in line picking up their kids from somewhere. Maybe they got scared that they got a text from me and they don't know what to do. Who knows, but they didn't book. So they automatically get nurtured with some really great emails. And the call to action in those emails is book an appointment. Like, hey, looks like you haven't grabbed time yet. Are you still interested in hitting your goals? Are you still interested in growing your business? Are you still interested in getting this many leads? Right? So that continues to flow, and a portion of those will go and book appointments from an email. So I get booked appointments right off the bat, and then I get booked appointments later on from emails, and some of them don't do anything, and that's okay. They're in my email list, and I can continue to nurture them. So what I want to show you is here in Genie Rocket, if this decides to load, there's something really cool here that works like crazy. So whenever they fill out, this is just a workflow, whenever they fill out that Facebook lead form here, it does a couple things. Like, it creates an opportunity, it assigns it to a sales owner, adds contact followers, it gives them a tag, it sends a notification internally to Slack, it waits 2 minutes, and then it sends them this all-powerful SMS. So if you remember earlier, I told you in the ad itself, we asked them how many leads they get per month, and if they had a magic wand, how many leads would change their life. And we ask what their company name is. I think that's it, maybe a couple more. But the text that they get back pulls all that information back from them. So if you fill this out, and just hang with me here for numbers, let's say this would be like, hey, Susan, just saw your form submission come in from social, excited to connect with you to come up with a plan to get from 10 leads a month to 50 leads a month for Susan's flower shop. Let's find a time to connect for 30 minutes so I can show you how we can help you create a 24/7 lead machine. So that's happening automatically. It's taking what they filled out, putting it back into a text, sending it back to them in conversational language. And then from there, it also sends them an email. So just in case they give you a fake number, I know that would never happen. You never put in fake numbers, but just in case, it also sends an email. And we actually designed this inside of the Genie Rocket system, pretty easy, but it sends a nice email template that's on brand that has some of that exact same information. So we'll let this load here. But it basically just has a header, a footer. It gives a little bit of trust and credibility just because it looks like it's nicely designed. I promise there's some cool there. There's the cool design. So automate your growth, launch today, leads tomorrow. Lisa from our team just shot you a text, but in case you missed it, wanted to pop in your inbox, saw your submission come in from blank to blank. So same thing. And then this is actually a link to schedule a meeting. So it goes to our calendar page in case they don't do via text, but we get like 99% of them via text. And then it has some option. So 1 day setup, leads in 48 hours, no agency fees. Our system has serious credibility. And then some testimonials, brands. You get the joke. Okay. So they get that. And then it waits a minute. And then this is where the magic of the appointment booking conversation AI bot, that is a mouthful, kicks in. It's tied directly to this calendar. And this is what starts the conversation with them. And it will go in and answer their questions and basically work back and forth with them to get a booked appointment on your calendar. It's magic. Like I showed you, I have appointments coming in every single day. And I was just at the beach last week with my family. So I'm hanging out at the beach. I kept it on. So when I came back to work yesterday, you better believe I was crazy booked out of my brain with appointments. Same today, booked with appointments. And every day they keep popping in because I just keep this going. And one thing that I do to help qualify that person is after they get that text and they get the calendar invite reminders, this helps me qualify them like crazy. So they get a link and it says, hey, make sure to watch this before you hop on a call with us. So this will kind of go through what to expect on the call, how to prepare. It invites them to our free growth accelerator group. And then it also links them to some case studies and testimonials if they just want to read more about what we do and how it works. So this is all set up for them. So imagine at this point, we've got a brand new lead that's come in. They've booked an appointment. They're getting thank you messages. They get this link of like, hey, before the appointment, make sure to watch this video so you can get the best results. We value your time. Please watch this. They go here. And then by the time they've hopped on the call, they could have seen 2 or 3 videos, looked at our case studies, joined my community accelerator group, and now they're talking to me. And what happens all the time, and I'm not saying this out of a prideful way, but just this is the truth, is they will be so excited to be like, I can't believe I'm talking to you, and I'm excited to talk to you. I've watched your videos, I've read your emails, I've seen your things, and I've got no idea who this person is other than maybe the 5 minutes before the call, I've done a little research to find out about them. But you get to have that same effect because you have pre-created all of these experiences before they even hop on with you, and they're all automated and pre-done. Now, that doesn't mean they're all like created by AI and super fake looking. It just means you've intentionally created these on purpose for a purpose, and it's just getting delivered to them at the right time. And so people show up, they're ready to go, they know what to expect, and you get a higher close rate. Now, again, imagine have 100 people, you spend $1,000, get 100 people in here, and they're going through this process and flow, and you just keep making it better and better. What do I mean by that? Well, like the nurturing sequence, all of these crazy lines and dashes and processes and flows that we've built, that's come in time through optimization. So seeing what's working, what's not working, how we can get them better results. So the good news is you can actually set this up already in your Genie Rocket account. And I'm going to show you 3 steps to get started to do that quickly. All right, step number 1 is when you are in Genie Rocket, you are going to click on marketing down here on the bottom left. Then you're going to click on Ads Manager here on the top right. And you might have a screen that says activate for $5. I think we have it at $5. Crazy. Don't even think about it. It's worth it. So $5 allows you to connect in your Google ads and your Meta ads. So then you can then create campaigns and publish them just like this one. So that's step one. Step two is you're going to create the campaign. So you're going to click this. You're going to choose if you want Meta or Google. For this one, we're doing Meta. And then you're just going to walk through the steps. It might take you a few minutes if you've never done it before, but you'll walk through the steps and then you will be able to create your campaign. This is where you upload the ad copy, the ad creative, you set the budget, you set the targeting, everything you can do in here without having to go back to your Meta account. It is pretty magical. I'll let this load so you can see what it looks like. So you can set the objective, your ad set. So it's like here's the Facebook page, here's the Instagram page, here's my budget. We spend 25 bucks a day, targets United States. And then you get to create your ad. And this is where you upload the creative, you write the copy, all this stuff. So that's step two, is creating your ad. And then finally, step three is creating the automation that gets them booked into your calendar. Now, this is assuming you already have a calendar created. If you don't, you can click on calendars, create calendar, all that stuff. If you get stuck, live chat support in the bottom right will help you. We're going to go into automation. And then I'm just going to do this from scratch just to show you how easy it is to set this up. And then spoiler alert, if this is already giving you a headache, hang with me here, and I'm going to show you an option of how I can set this up for you. Shocker, I know, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do it for you. So we're going to start from scratch. We're on workflows. So automations, workflows, start from scratch, boom. We're just going to call this a test one here. So test. All right, everything's moving a little slow. Okay, so the trigger is going to be what activates the workflow, right? It makes sense, trigger. So we are just going to type in Facebook lead form submitted. You're going to choose your business page, and then you are then going to choose which form it is. Whenever you create your Facebook lead form ad, it will have you name a form, and you just select it down here. So that means, okay, great. If anyone sees this Facebook ad and they fill out the form, then we're going to do all these things down here to build it out. This is where you can say add a tag. So I might want to give it a tag of like Meta ad, so I know it's from Meta. SMS, I might send an SMS to them to say, hey, thanks for filling out the form. Or an email. So you can type an email and you can write an email here like, hey, got your information. Someone from our team will be in touch. And then you have all of these internal options. So if I type the word internal, you can say send internal notification. So this can be like a text, an email, a WhatsApp to be like, hey, you got a lead. You better go close them. How we do the booking part is I'm not going to do I did a little more complicated one on mine, and you can look at that later. It's called the appointment booking conversation AI bot. But I want to do just the simpler one that's just called where did that go? Eliza AI appointment booking. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to choose the calendar we want it to be connected to. We're going to say only process for an hour, and we're going to send this message right here. So this is the first text they get. As soon as they fill out that Facebook lead form, we might say, hey, first name, thanks for filling out my form. What day of the week works to connect? And my fingers are going faster than my internet right now. So what's going to happen here is, don't worry about the misspellings. My computer's just slow. Is they're going to get this message, hey, Susan, thanks for filling out my form. What day of the week works to connect? They're going to type in like Tuesday or Wednesday or next Friday or go pound sand. I don't want to talk. And this is going to reply back. If they say like Wednesday, it's going to say, great. Here's which day, which time on Wednesday works for you. And it's going to look at your connected calendar over text and go back and forth to get them booked on your calendar. If that's not blowing your mind, I don't know what is. This has been the biggest game changer for me and our company of how to get consistent booked appointments. Um, and if this feels like it's a little bit overwhelming, which as I was putting together, I was like, you know what? This might feel a little bit overwhelming to some people. It's really fast and easy for me because I do it all the time. But what, maybe I could spell correctly. How about this? Want me to set this all up for you. So if you're like, yes, I'm on Genie Rocket, or if you're not, that's okay. I can help you there too. I do want this, but this is a little bit confusing to me. So cool thing is like next 10 folks, I'm gonna give you a steal. If you click this link later or you're on YouTube and you see this, and it doesn't work anymore, it's gone. That's why. Because I can't do this for a lot of people because it's a really good deal. But you can just respond back and I'll give you the retail price. How's that? But if you want me to set this all up for you, next 10 folks, I'm going to help you set up your ad. If you're like, cool, ads sound great. I've never done one. I don't know what to say. Mine's going to look stupid. I'm going to help you make it not look stupid. I'm going to help you connect up your calendar, and then I'm going to help you do the follow-up AI booking. Now, this does not mean like carte blanche, like you get everything you could ever imagine. This is very specific. Like I'm going to help you set up an ad, launch an ad, connect the calendar, set up the automation to get appointments, and you can do the rest. It's pretty easy. I'm not going to close the deal for you. I'm not going to create a 10 nurturing email sequence, but I'll show you how. If you want this, this link is crazy. So I'm just going to paste this inside of Zoom. And this link will be in YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, just look in the description below. And again, if it doesn't work when you click on it or it has a different price on it, it's because this offer is gone. But if you click on this now, it's just $500. It's going to alert me, and I'm personally going to work with you to set this up and get you a system like this. Guys, the biggest problem is not technology. I mean, we're overwhelmed with information and technology and AI. It's really knowing the right strategy to use to get results. Going back to what I said earlier, you can be, shoot, what did I say? I actually wrote it down here. Sorry, it's been a very long day. Okay, you can be busy or you can be broke. So if you're feeling like on the broke side and you want to be on the busy side, you should do this. Get booked appointments. Again, are you going to be kissing some frogs? Quite possibly. Are there some that's going to turn into revenue? Absolutely. I've been doing this for a while now, and I've been able to do one call closes. I've had some people show up and tell me they don't speak English in clear English, and I hung up on them. And there's been people that are like, no, I can't afford it. But you know what? I still do my best to give them a good solution and try to guide them to a right next step that's right for them. And it ends well. And I've made another connection. Sometimes I invite them to my community group where they continue to grow. And when they have enough money to be able to afford one of my services, then I'll be there for them. So this is a great way to build your tribe, grow your audience, grow your list, get your appointment or your calendar full of appointments, and then turn some into sales. I hope that's helpful. If you're not on Genie Rocket, you can go to genierocket.com and learn more about the tool. It is a great tool, and a tool is only as good as what you put into it. So don't expect, any software just to auto-magically change the game for your business or for your life. It's going to require strategy, execution, discipline, perseverance. And typically the people I work with, they need a tool to help them, but they really rely on expertise and strategy that I help bring so they can get results faster. And I just happen to use the tool to get those results faster. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Remember, guys, if you I'll put a link down here too. If you want to, we do these once a week. If you're not on that list for these Zoom webinars, make sure to subscribe and you'll get notified. And I hope to see you next Tuesday for another Rocket Fuel Week.